Here we go. All right, looks like we're ready to rock and roll. Right. All right, so welcome to tonight's class. Let us start off sitting nice and comfortably and allow that to be in any which way that works for you. And just allow the eyes to close. And start connecting with the breath. So following the breath as it flows in and slowly out. And now as you continue observing and feeling the sensation of the breath, just become aware that in the session today we'll be working kind of towards our Surya Namaskar, the salute to the sun, and doing that more in a Vata pacifying way. In other words, since it's maybe a little windy out there, using the practice of movement but in a slow and steady way to harness that energy and to still the busyness within inside us and outside. Just keeping that in mind as you work with all the other postures and practices tonight. So as you allow that to settle in, allow the breath to become a little slower, maybe a little more even, a little more defined. So really focusing on the inhalation, really focusing on each exhalation. Smooth, steady breath, picking up that rhythm. And allow that feeling of stability and rhythm to be with you. And if you feel you need to ground, just keep the palms of your hands turned down, resting on your knees, as if the palms just gently pressing the knees down this evening. Helping you to find that base. Stable, grounded, earth beneath you. And as you settle into the stability of the earth below you, notice how, with a sense of lightness and ease, the spine can lengthen a little bit more. But without getting kind of washed away or moved around forwards or back or side to side, there's like a purposeful lifting and lengthening through the spine. With that grounded sensation and the purposeful lifting, we'll start with our 3 arms. So we'll take a deep breath in together. Okay, and from there bring the palms of your hands together, get the palms nice and warm. Tuck them over your eyes, take a smooth, full deep breath in. And slowly out. And again, rubbing the palms of the hands together. Create that warmth, create that heat. And this time as you cup them over your eyes, look into the darkness. Allow the warmth from the palms of your hands to penetrate your eyes, just gently re-energizing them. Any stress, any tension, any busyness, feel that you can release that from your eyes. And blinking the eyes a few times as you remove your hands, give them a quick shake. Place the hands back down into the knees. You'll take it into circling from kind of the hips. Any direction that works for you. Allow it again to be a slow, purposeful circle. You can exhale as you come forwards, and as you open up into your chest, you can inhale. If it feels more natural or more comfortable to do it the other way this evening, then give that a go. And then circling the other way, changing direction. So you've still got that lovely, stable, grounded feeling of the legs, the buttocks on the ground. And just slowly starting to warm up and release the muscles in the waist. And then back up to the center. Moving up into the chest. So slip the fingertips onto the shoulders. This is always lovely to do because it means you can't twist further than you're capable of. So the inhalation brings you to the center. The exhalation allows you to rotate to one side. You can allow your head and your eye line to follow the direction that you're twisting in. And moving to the rhythm of your own pace. And the next time you twist it to the right, stay there, hold it. Make sure the neck feels comfortable, and then like Vivi was saying last week, just peer your eyes all the way over to the right as well, so that you're giving the eyes a good stretch this evening. Giving the eyes something to focus on, and then peer them all the way to the left without moving your head or coming out of your twist. Just training the eyes, so to look far into the corners of the right, and then all the way to the left. And then again, last time, peering all the way to the right with the eyes. And then all the way to the left. Bring the eyes back to neutral. Inhale, bring your head, your chest, your torso back. And then twist over to the other side. Looking over your left shoulder. Make sure the neck is comfortable so you're not straining the neck. And then peer all the way over to the left. Give your eyes a focus this evening. And then peer to the right without moving your head. And then peer back to the left. Back to the right. Once more. And then when you've completed, inhale back to the center and take it into shoulder circles. Inhaling, bringing your elbows together and up. Exhaling, taking them back down and around. That's it. A few more rounds in this direction. Nice big circles. And then changing direction other way. Noticing if there's any tightness sitting in the shoulders, especially for those who've been at laptops and recording today. And release, give them a little bit of a shake out. Good. Stretch the legs out. Give them a shake as well. And so working into the feet and the ankles. Maybe rotating them smoothly and easily in that one direction and then rotating them the other way. And then from there you can point and flex. Hiya, good dog. How did you get in? Are you feeling? I'm just going to quickly close the door while heat's run out. Making sure we don't get disturbed again. Alright, that was lucky. Alright, and then from there, release. Give those legs a little bit of a shake. Slip them underneath you. And then slip up onto all fours into a cat stretch. So slipping the knees, let me turn this way, having the knees underneath your hips, hip width apart, hands underneath your shoulder, shoulder width apart, fingers widely spread. And again, moving with your breath. Really feel that you can ground firmly down through your shins tonight. Spreading those hands and placing them firmly on the ground with purpose. So feeling that there's that nice connection to the earth. And again, moving maybe slowly. You can even use 2 rounds of breathing if you feel that you really need to slow down the movement. You really need to feel the movement through the spine. And you can always inhale, you can always pause. You can exhale, and then you can inhale even deeper or further into the posture. And then you can exhale, and you can start to release out of it. You can then inhale as you hold the posture, then you can exhale even deeper into it. You can either make slow, long breaths, slow, long movements, or if you want to slow the movement down even more, you can do it to 2 or even 3 rounds of breathing. And then taking it a little into the hips, so maybe moving the knees a little wider apart. As you exhale, take your hips over to the right and back. Really extending through, pausing for a moment, settling back in, then swoop the hips over to the left, coming forwards. And again, as you exhale, taking them around and back. Long, slow exhalation, pausing there for a moment, and then inhaling. As you come around, taking the weight into the wrists or the palms of the hands, maybe a little. Feeling it in the sides of the body. And then maybe rotating the other way. You might find that one side of the body feels that it's a little tighter or a little looser. Working into it as deeply or as far as it needs to or would like to go. And then from there, we're going to come and slide down onto our tummies for a moment. So we'll do that. We did it on the retreat. The Dhanapari sideways movement, which is a nice one that works into warming up the waist and the spine and eases you into your back bends. So just, if you haven't done it for a while, the hands come, or the forearms rest on the mat, the forehead can be lifted. And all that happens is that as you exhale, you're going to slide the one knee up as that foot moves in the direction of that opposite knee, and you look over the shoulder. So here I'm looking over my left shoulder towards my left knee. And then as I inhale, I'm sliding my toe along the mat towards the corner of that mat as I come back to the center. And then I do the same thing on the other side. I bring the left foot toe towards my knee as the knee angles up, looking over that left shoulder. And then as I inhale, I'm sliding that toe along the mat and bringing myself back to the center. And you just continue moving from side to side as you do that. And you'll find that you get a lovely stretch and opening through the abdominal area. I'm pretty sure it's into that psoas space as well, because that's exactly where I can feel it. And as you do it, you might notice that you start lifting a little higher, kind of into that backward look, but without having to do the force or anything. It's like the body just automatically, slowly and smoothly eases more comfortably into a back bend. And if for whatever reason you need to stay very low this evening, you do so. And there was one step that we went further. So if you're happy to just continue here, do so. If you'd like to go a little bit further, and what you're going to do is you're going to, in other words, slide the arm through as the opposite arm comes up and over. And then from there again, you're going to reach into those fingers and you're going to be coming up. And then you slip the arm through, take it around. And then as you reach into the toe, you reach the arm up. So you get a diagonal stretch through that whole line and then all the way up. And you just continue working into that from side to side. This really is such a lovely way to warm up and open up the body. Let's do one more to each side. And then I definitely think after that, the body should be comfortable and warm enough to work into our Surya Namaskar. So once you've done an even amount on both sides, you may want to lift up and take yourself into a bit of a forward bend. So if that's your Mandukasana or your child's pose, go ahead. If you feel you just want to be upright, you can stay upright. We'll stay there for 5 slow rounds of breathing. So as you inhale, feeling the breath filling the body, the lungs. As you exhale, allow yourself to release down into the ground. Allow the ground to support you and allow yourself to relax and release down into it further and further. So the inhalation you're filling and the exhalation you surrendering. 2 more slow deep breaths here. And really slowly uncurl. Bring your neck and head up last. If you need to lean back to drain the sinuses, please go ahead and do so. Great. Right, and then from there, you can tuck under your toes and you can come up slowly. If you need to uncurl, uncurl. If you prefer to come up with a straight back, doing that. And then doing any movement to feel that you can release and prepare. Right. So, Surya Namaskar, your salute to the sun round, first round, coming to the front of your mat. We are going to do the first round just normally and comfortably, just to the rhythm of the breath. And then after that, rounds 2 and 3, we will do more slowly and holding the postures in between, just to build up a little bit of heat and to ground ourselves. So starting comfortably, we're going to move to the rhythm of our own breaths. I'll guide you through a round, and for those who need, but otherwise please just move to your own rhythm. So on an inhalation, allow the arms to lift. On your exhalation, extend forwards and down. On your inhalation, you're stepping your right leg back, releasing down, opening the chest. As you hold the breath, take the left leg back. As you exhale, release all the way down. Inhaling as you lift up into your cobra. And exhaling, pressing up and back into your downward facing dog. You might end up having a downward facing dog in your face. Inhale as you step your right leg forwards. Exhaling as you step your left. Inhaling as you reach up. And exhaling, bringing your hands back down. And take them with you now. Inhaling as you reach the arms up. Exhaling, extending forwards and down. Inhale as you step your left leg. Exhaling half the breath back and then coming all the way down into your little catapult. Inhale as you scoop up smoothly into Bhujangasana. Exhaling, Adho Mukha. Inhaling as your left leg steps through. Exhaling as the right. And then breathing in using a squat, forward bend to lift up. Exhaling back to the hands in Anjali Mudra. Take a breath or two. And now really focus on your feet, grounding and rooting down, taking the attention downwards. Feel that your spine is lengthening upwards with purpose. Let's try and do each movement in a purposeful manner. So feeling that grounded with stability, but also doing each movement with purpose. So on the inhalation, keep that grounded feeling, draw the arms up, stay there for a moment. Feel yourself long and tall. So that you can draw the arms down, the shoulders down. And on the next exhalation, extend forwards and down into Uttanasana, any version that works for you. But feel that you can gently draw the kneecaps up. Feel that you can draw the sitting bones up as you release the forehead kind of down, or the crown of the head down towards the mat. Take as many breaths here as you need. And then from there on an inhalation, step your right leg back into Ashwasandhalasana. Open your chest. Feel that you're still grounding down through the sole of your left foot. Purposeful lengthening through the spine, shoulders drawing back and down. Gaze forwards and steady. Stabilize, ground down through your hands, lift your right and step your left leg back. Chaturanga Dandasana, your plank. Ground through the hands, press back through the heels, engage the abdomen. Watch that you don't collapse down. Strong, purposeful, stable. Breath moving easily. Ashtanga Namaskar, your 8 points. As you exhale, release the knees to the mat. Bring your chest forward and chin down. So your back should feel happy and comfortable here. Make sure the abdominal stay engaged so that you don't collapse into your lower back, especially if your lower back takes strain. On the inhalation, scoop up into Bhujangasana. And make sure this is a nice stable Bhujangasana. So you're now going to press back through the legs, press down through the top of the feet. Feel that you're using your abdominals as well as your back muscles to hold you here. So we're not going to use the hands, they're just here for support. Allow them to be your support. Lengthen your spine again with purpose. And then from there, release down a little, tuck under your toes, and engaging the abdominals a little bit more. See if you can press yourself up and back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. So lifting the sitting bones, pressing the thigh bones up and back, broadening the shoulders and relaxing the head down. Soft face and jaw. On the inhalation, let your right foot step through, release the back into the mat, open the chest, slide the shoulders back and down. As you kind of extend your left knee down and back, and you kind of you're working your left hip forwards as well, but there's a two-way drawing of that back leg. And then from there, lifting the back knee, stepping your left foot forward, into your Uttanasana. Continue to lift the sitting bones up. Continue to ground down through the feet. Maybe just observe where the weight of your feet is. Is it forwards on the feet as if you're trying to get to the next posture or the next movement? Is it on the back of the heels as if you're trying to draw yourself back? Or are you beautifully centered through the front and the back of your feet? Finding that balance point. Where you're neither wanting to go somewhere or resisting to go somewhere. Perfectly in the balance point in that present moment. Then from that balanced center point, take yourself up so you can bend your knees. I always love doing a squat here. I just find my back is so much happier coming up with a squat. And then as you exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. Taking a breath or two. Super. Right, so let's do one more round. We'll do a full set of breathing in each posture. So it'll be a little faster than what we did now, and but a little slower than normal. When you're ready, on an inhalation, drawing your arms up. Exhale completely. Inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale deeply. And exhale, fold into it a little bit more. Inhale, you can step your right leg back. Open up the chest. Exhale completely. And from there, inhale, step your left leg back. Hold it here as you exhale completely. Breathe it smoothly again. And then as you exhale, release back down. Ashtanga Namaskar. Hold your little caterpillar here for a round of breathing. And then on your next inhalation, Bhujangasana. Exhaling. Inhale smoothly again with purpose. And then as you exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. The downward facing dog. On the next inhalation, the right foot steps through. Release the back knee to the mat. Open the chest. Exhaling completely. Settle into the ground down through that right foot. Inhale smoothly and with a lightness, stick your left leg forwards. Inhale, feel the sitting bones rise as you exhale, fall deeper into that forward bend if the body is comfortable to do so. Dropping the buttocks, inhaling as you draw yourself up. And with the next exhalation, let the hands come to your heart center. Same thing on the other side when you're ready. Hold it here for a moment. Inhale, lengthen a little bit more, and as you exhale, take yourself into your Uttanasana. Inhale as you hold it here. Exhale, inviting the body to go a little bit deeper, and then inhaling, stepping your left leg back this time. When you're ready on your next inhalation, your right leg may want to go strong, stable. Use your exhalation to lower you down. Stay there for a moment, holding yourself steady. With an inhalation, allow Bhujangasana, the cobra, to fill your being. Drawing you up. And then transitioning into Adho Mukha Svanasana, your downward facing dog. Building a little bit of heat, a little bit of warmth. Stepping that left leg back, open the chest. Let the spine lengthen with purpose. Feel the crown of your head lifting, feel the neck comfortable. And then stick your right leg forwards in an exhalation. Feel if you can exhale fully into the posture. And then you can use a squat or whichever posture movement works for you to come up any safe movement for the spine. So that with the next inhalation, you can lengthen a little bit more into the fingers as you ground down through the feet. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Lovely, well done. Releasing the hands. Becoming aware of your breath again. Again, take 5 smooth, easy breaths here. Did you get in there? You can take your dog feet up. And then after those 5 breaths, releasing. Please just close that door this time. And let's come down onto our mats. Right. I'm just trying to think which more convenient to face this way. Right. So from where you are, let's just draw the legs into a nice big V. So they can be active. So we're just going to activate the legs. We're going to close the eyes. We're going to sit tall. And we're going to take 5 more breaths, just sitting smoothly, not tall. As if you're in Dandasana, but you just got your legs in an open V. Right, so there's a sense of stability, but there's also a spreading. So there's a space for coolness and lightness. 2 more slow, smooth breaths here. So while I'm seated forward bend, we're going to do it in 2 ways. We're going to do an active one, and then we'll do a passive one. So if you want to, you can open your eyes, but otherwise, if you're quite comfortable just internalizing, keep the eyes closed. And if you do need to bend your knees a little, you can, and allow the torso to extend forwards. So you're just going as far forwards as your body feels comfortable with this evening, but feel that the legs are active. So there's an engagement in the legs, the toes are pointing up towards the ceiling. There's a lifting of the chest. Spine is long, but the neck is light, so there's lightness in the neck, freedom in the neck. If you need to move it to just double check, go ahead. And as you breathe, feel that there's freedom in the front and the back of your chest. That there's a beautiful, strong stability in your legs at the moment. And then inhale, bring yourself back up again. You're now going to soften your legs completely. You're going to have soft feet. You're going to have soft legs, soft inner thighs. So you need to just wobble everything to make sure that they are soft and release to so. Inhale, feel that you can lift the spine, but in a light and easeful manner, more playful manner, and then allow your hands to walk forwards. Kind of what we always say in yoga, never round your spine. You're just going to allow yourself to be soft. So you're not going to round into it, but you're going to allow things to soften completely. And we're going to stay here for a minute or 2. So again, if you would like to close your eyes, do that. And after now, immediate kind of focus or attention, especially if we've been teaching or doing yoga for a while, is to engage and to tighten and activate the legs. So see if with each breath you can allow yourself to relax a little bit more. For me, I noticed that definitely wanting to engage my thighs and above my kneecaps. So focusing on trying to relax there. And maybe even relaxing the buttocks a little. And as we soften and relax, it's like you can go a layer or a level deeper and deeper. So you take the focus to another part and you notice, oh, my toes could actually relax a little bit more. Or, oh, the back of my knees. Sure, I didn't realize I'd been engaging them. Working through the legs, just kind of traveling your awareness up and down them, the insides, the outside. And inviting them to relax. And noticing kind of what happens with the upper body. So without forcing it down or forcing it forwards or anything like that. Noticing if it wants to release a little bit more. And when it does, is there an area or space in the legs that would like to engage again? And see if you can relax that space. We're just playing around a little this evening. We'll stay here for 4 more breaths. Relaxing even further, even more. There's a fun little practice to play with at home. And then after your 4 breaths, bringing your torso back up again. Bringing your legs and giving them a shake. Right, always nice to do after your Surya Namaskars any form of a twist, because obviously that movement isn't in the sequence. So whatever twist works for you. I think I'm going to take myself into Adho Matsyasana tonight. So if you feel that works for you, you can join in. You can keep your bottom leg straight or you can bend it in. You can slip your left arm around your right knee, whatever version of it works for you. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, twist yourself into your twist. More actually like breathe yourself into the twist, not twist yourself into the twist. And then like we did at the beginning, and again, what V reminded of us last week is maybe even working with the eyes. So even if your eyes are closed, you can still peer the eyeballs all the way to the right. Training and working the eyes a little. Especially for us, if we've been in front of that laptop or computer all day, it's so good to work the eyeballs. So that you can relax the eyes. And bring yourself back to the center, unraveling. And then the same thing to the other side. When you're really activating the legs, bringing yourself into your twist, preparing for it. And then on your exhalation, inviting the body to go as far as it wants to go. You either have your eyes open or you may want to close them. And see if you can work into the eyeballs again. Looking deep towards if you're twisting to the left, towards the left. Or if you feel that you want to work them to the right and then the left for a breath or two, then you can always do that. It's amazing how you can feel the muscles kind of above your eyebrows, like deep in the head, working. And then softening the eyes, softening the gaze. And then inhalation, invite the body back to the center. Remember, if it feels comfortable to do a little bit of a counter pose the other way, you can always do that. And then bring yourself into any form of a forward bend. So if you feel like doing Paschimottanasana or a variation thereof, go ahead and do so. So again, after having done something asymmetrical, bring your body into symmetry. After having done kind of like a main posture, a strong posture, allowing the counter posture to be a gentle version, a softer version. Feel that you can breathe yourself into a state of relaxation, into a release. And then coming up nice and slowly. If you need to lean back to drain the sinuses, please go ahead and do so. Right, and then we'll end off on our backs. Whatever works for you. So if you feel that for a minute or two you want to just take yourself into the candle, you can do the candle if you'd like. If you really feel comfortable and you'd like to do a shoulder stand this evening, go ahead. Viparita Karani, anything that works for you, even if you want a gentler version and you have a fancy chair nearby, you can always just slip your legs up on a chair. So really, just for a minute or two, just to kind of reverse the flow of energy. You can work with whatever speaks to you. So if you want to just rest your legs on a chair or on a couch, if there's something like that nearby, go ahead. If you prefer holding and working into your candle so that it's a bit more active, or if you feel that you'd like to lift all the way up into a shoulder stand, then you can do that. The area of your body that is in contact with the ground, feel that that space is grounded, that it is able to support the rest of your body. And staying in your posture for a few more breaths. And just enjoying the reverse flow, or the reverse flow of energy. Two more slow, easy breaths. And then coming down when you're ready. Just doing any counter pose that is necessary. So if you feel that you need a little bit of movement, do a little bit of movement. If you need to just have the legs drawn into, do that. Whatever little counter pose or movement feels right after having had the legs in the position they were, doing that. And listen intuitively to what the body says, not to kind of what you've been taught in classes before or read in books or whatnot. What is your body saying it wants you to do? And just moving into that. And then when it feels really uncomfortable, you can then extend the legs out and you can take yourself down into Shavasana. Getting yourself ready for your Yoga Nidra. And if you would like to slip on a jersey or socks if you're cold, do that. If you need a blanket, grab a blanket. You need a bolster or a pillow under your knees. Place that there, eye bag over your eyes. Whatever you need to be comfortable, gather that now. If you need to switch off lights, maybe that's what I'll do. Let's see. There we go. That will make it more relaxation-like. And when you are down on your mat, you then start off by allowing your head to loll a little from side to side, releasing any tension from the back of the neck. And then you bring your head back to the center. Make tight fists of your hands, reach your hands down towards your feet, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, relax and release them. Inhale, flex your feet, tighten your thighs, tighten your buttocks, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then as you exhale, relax and release them. Inhale deeply, allow your belly to rise. And sigh the air out. Again, breathing in deeply. And sigh the air out. Inhale deeply and fully into your whole being. And as you exhale, allow your breath, allow your whole body to soften and to release. Draw the attention down to the soles of your feet. As you inhale, draw the breath into your feet, with the breath spreading through the feet. And as you exhale, relax and soften, releasing any tension in your toes, your heels, your ankles. Inhale and guide your breath up your lower legs, up your shins and your calves. Exhaling, relaxing them. Inhaling, allow the breath and the energy to swirl around your knees and your kneecaps. And as you exhale, relax them, letting go. Inhale, feel the breath traveling up your thighs, the inner thighs, the outer thighs, the front of the upper legs, the back of the upper legs with purpose. And as you exhale, your upper legs relax and release. Inhaling, the energy moves into the hip joints, swirling around the hip sockets. And as you exhale, relaxing and releasing, softening those hips. Inhaling, and the energy swirls up and moves into your pelvic base and swirling around the sacrum, the front of the pelvis, like a basin. And then as you exhale, allow the base of your body to just soften and to release. Just relaxing, letting go. As you inhale, imagine your breath and the energy spiraling up your spine, from the base of your spine, spiraling, 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 all the way up through the neck, right up to the crown of your head. And as that energy spirals up, it spreads outwards from the spine into your back, into your neck, into your head. And you notice it relaxing your lower back, your mid back, your upper back and shoulder blades, relaxing the neck, back of the head. And then, like in a wave-like motion, you notice the breath and the energy traveling up through the front of your body, through the abdomen, through the diaphragm, up the chest, to your collarbone, You notice the front of your body softening, the abdomen, the diaphragm, and the chest. You notice the energy swirling around your shoulder joints. As you exhale, shoulders soften. And then with purpose, the energy travels down the arms, down the upper arm, the front, the back, the inner and the outer side. Relaxing the upper arm. Inhaling, the energy swirls around the elbow. Exhaling, the elbows soften. As you inhale, purposefully sending the energy down the lower arms. Relaxing the forearms. And the energy swirls around at the wrists. Relaxing the wrists. And then feel the warmth moving down into each of your fingers, cooling in the palms of your hands, giving the energy of life in the palms of those hands as your hands relax with each breath. The hands feel heavy, releasing down into the earth or wherever they're placed. Enjoying that lovely sensation of warmth and energy tingling in the palms of the hands. And then lastly, notice as you breathe in, the energy travels up the throat, up the chin, into the face and the head, relaxing the face completely, the mouth, the lips, the teeth, the tongue, nose, the cheeks, the ears, eyes, the eyelids, the eyebrows, forehead and your temple, your whole body completely relaxed, your whole body completely at ease. And in the state of relaxation, follow the breath for a little longer. So as you inhale, feel as if the breath is filling each and every part of your being, expanding to each cell. And as you exhale, there's a release, there's a letting go. Inhale, expanding into the space even further outside of you. Exhaling, you're returning to that center line. Inhaling, evolving, moving outward. Exhaling, returning inward. Playing beautifully between those two forces. Not spending too much time externally in the expansive state phase, and not spending too much time internally. Wandering between the two evenly and easily, enjoying that balanced sensation. Continue with that practice for the next minute in complete silence. Enjoying that space, traveling between the two realms. Realizing that you can return to it at any point in time. For now, we need to slowly move ourselves out of relaxation back into the physical realm, physical world. Do that by breathing a little more deeply, noticing the rise and fall of the chest. As you start to breathe a little more deeply, become aware of the space you are in, the sounds around you, becoming aware of the sensations, the ground beneath you, and the covers on top of you. And then slowly start to move your thumbs over your fingertips, waking up your hands. You can wiggle your toes, waking up your feet. And then when you can stretch your arms out behind you, yawning if you want to. Stretching diagonally through the body, right arm and left leg, left arm and right leg. Arms on my legs, the other. Take a nice deep breath in. And then let it go. When you're ready, hug your knees to your chest, give them a good squeeze. If you want to rock from side to side, go ahead and do so. You then eventually roll all the way onto your right side. And if you just like to stay there for a little while longer this evening before coming up, you can do so. Otherwise, if you'd like to come up into a seated position so that you can end the arms doing that. Again, sitting in whichever way works for you. And if you feel you still need to ground a little bit more, then you can turn the palms of your hands down, have your thumbs and index fingers touching. And be grounding down, feeling that you've got a stable base, and then lengthen your spine with purpose this evening. Take a smooth breath in together. Om Shanti. May you go in peace. Namaste. And have a wonderful evening or day, everyone. Well done. Well done. There we go. Thanks, guys.